And there's one car that actually went straight over a red light. There, red light, 2 cars over a red light. What is the purpose of a red traffic light? Now, I'm out here on the N12 in Klerksdorp, and here we have a street called Plataan, and this is the N12, and this is one of the last traffic lights as you head out of Klerksdorp in the direction of Potchefstroom. This traffic light is pretty much representative of many other traffic lights in South Africa. Now I want to stand here so you can see the full view. Now, this is a multi-phase traffic light which works very much like many others. We've got an arrow that starts flashing when it's time for people to turn in the various directions, and once that traffic has moved, the other traffic starts flowing. Now, I want you to join me in a bit of an experiment, because I was at this same location earlier this month where I did a short recording, an intro for another video, and a number of people noticed how many people were ignoring the red light behind me. In other words, you have a turn here as one example. This turn has no arrow to indicate at any time that you may turn left. However, it often happens during a red light that people are ignoring this, and the odd thing is that a lot of people argue for it, saying that yes, there's supposed to be a yield sign, or it's safe because there's no other traffic in the way and they are not causing a danger. Unfortunately, that mindset is wrong, because now we are starting to ignore the law. The problem is, once you start ignoring the law, you create a problem where other people start joining you, because if you can ignore the law, why can't I ignore the law? And then you start developing that mindset amongst a number of people where they would say, but you know what, if they are getting away with it, why can't I? And as we see this red light there, it's now turning red. And there's one car that actually went straight over a red light. They had a lot of time coming down this hill to see that that light is already turned to amber, or yellow, or orange, as you would like to call it, whatever. And the problem with developing the mindset of, if other people can do it, I can do it. Let's call it the sheep mentality. Is that once you start doing that, you get more and more people who start ignoring the law, because the not turning left here on a red light is a law. Now you say, well, if I can do that, I can get away with other things. Other people are getting away with it. And why are they getting away with it? And this is the main problem we have at traffic lights like this, which is a representative of all traffic lights all over South Africa. So it could be virtually anywhere. It's not just here in Klerksdorp where this is a problem. It's all over the country. And once you start ignoring red traffic lights, you ignore stop lights, stop streets, stop signs, and it happens because there is no law enforcement. We know, and it doesn't help, a lot of people say, but what about the regulations? What about the law? Yes, there are already laws, and no, increasing the fines is not going to change anything. You can make the fine 100,000 Rand. It's not going to change anything. What is going to change? The safety. Because the thing is, a lot of people say, but I go over when I know it is safe. There's no traffic. I'm not I'm not affecting other people's safety. Perhaps that mindset is growing and people are doing it more often, until that one time that you misjudge and make a mistake. And then you cost someone their life. And unfortunately, that mindset is growing, and we need law enforcement to change. Now, you see now this truck went over a red light. That car is going over a red light. There's no signal here that indicates that they may actually go. And their argument is going to be, but it's safe. There's no other cars traveling there, so it's safe. It's their argument. However, if a traffic officer has to be down there and says, hold on sir, pull to the side of the road, I'm now going to give you a fine. What's your argument going to be then? You have to accept the fine. But the problem is, there is no traffic officer there. And that is the main problem we have all over the country. Not just here, all over the country. Klerksdorp, seeing a traffic officer is rare. Getting them at a traffic light like this to actually monitor for a while. And I'm not saying you need to stand here the whole day and waste your time for a couple of traffic fines. You just need to come here for 1 or 2, maybe 3 hours once a week. And you will see how many people are ignoring a red light and causing a danger. And especially, by the way, it's Saturday today, so it's maybe a little busier than it normally would be. During the week when this traffic light is not so busy as it is right now, you oddly get more people that ignore the traffic light. Now I want you people watching this, and thank you if you're still watching, because this experiment might go on for quite a while, because I want to see if it is true that there are as many people ignoring the, okay, there goes Amber, ignoring this as people claim. Okay, no one skipped it. Not busy enough, not enough traffic coming down the road. Now I do appreciate if you guys are still watching, because I want you to continue and join in this experiment while we monitor this, because I want to see, without editing, without cutting this video, I don't want to sensationalize anything. I don't want to make a problem that is bad look even worse by looking just for those opportunities where people are skipping the red light. And I might, you guys need to watch behind me, because I might actually be skipping a couple there. That vehicle just went over a red light. Even though it's on that side, it's on the turn. And believe you me, their argument will always be, but there's no traffic there. But the problem is, your mindset is wrong. You're breaking the law. And once you start breaking the law, other people will see that, hold on, you are breaking the law. Why can't I do it? Why can't I also just skip the lights when I think it's safe? Because what you think and what the law says, two completely different things, unfortunately. Now people, there are those, and believe me, there are going to be many, and you're welcome to comment down in the comment section as well, who will say, but I'm being petty. Is that so? I'm being petty. Really? So the law is petty. Believe me, there are many people out there who will say to me, but you know, why do you bother? What is law? What is wrong with breaking the law in small little bits every now and again? There's nothing wrong if no one gets hurt. So breaking the law in little bits, just little bits, is not wrong. And this is unfortunately why laws exist. Unfortunately, laws are only effective when there's law enforcement, which is non-existent in Klerksdorp and all over South Africa. It's not just Klerksdorp. They are. Yeah, we had a couple of cars that actually followed the rules of the road. They actually all stop. And let's see with this next change over to red again. Now this is going to be a lengthy video, and most of it is just about me talking and complaining. And I feel I do have a right to complain. Everyone has a right to complain, because when people's lives are at risk, when people lose their lives due to someone deciding, you know what, I can speed down this road. And this is another problem we have in this road. Speed. Coming down this hill, people are speeding. Now, oh, hold on. Talking of law enforcement, here we have a traffic officer across the road, which is actually a rare find, and he has now actually observed this vehicle behind me coming across a red light, and he's ignoring it. So there you have a traffic official who's actually ignoring someone who just drove over a red light. So what's the purpose of law enforcement? If law enforcement, which is right there, traffic, do not enforce the law. They know that people are not allowed to cross a traffic light. There's no yield sign here that indicates that you may turn left when it is safe to do so. So how is that now possible, that a traffic officer sitting in his car observing this traffic ignores this? It's crazy. But unfortunately, this is, and I reiterate again, we have no law enforcement. Our law enforcement officials, the traffic people who are supposed to be enforcing the law, have become lazy and thinking, you know what, oh, it's such a small infraction. How am I going to, yeah, it's all the paperwork. They don't feel like doing the paperwork. And that laziness of not doing paperwork causes people to break the law. And the more you start ignoring those little infractions, and I'm talking about the law enforcement side, traffic officials, the more infractions there will be. They ignore the law, and people get killed because of laws being broken. Laws aren't there as a joke. Laws are there to keep people safe. Otherwise, you might as well just take this traffic light away, and people can drive freely as they want. What is the purpose of having a traffic light? It has a set mechanism for people to follow, to keep people safe. And the moment people start in general ignoring what the purpose of a traffic light, then you have a free-for-all and you start endangering people's lives. Because when is it safe for the cross traffic to start crossing? That traffic there, turning, when is it safe for them to turn? Must they just sit there and wait and hope sooner or later you're going to get enough people to stop you? Right, we do have an ambulance that is coming down the road. All right, let's see if people are getting out of the way. People are getting out of the way so that the ambulance can come over. Right, so obviously they did cross the traffic light safely and did check out, and the people fortunately did make way and observe the normal rules and courtesy to ambulances. Remember that guy, you've got no idea where that ambulance is on its way to, what kind of emergency it is. And the law says when there's an ambulance with lights and a siren, get out of the way. If you're parked at a traffic light, get out of the way so that they can pass. Anyways, I'm going to cover one more light change, and I think that is going to be enough of me complaining, talking, etc. And it's the mindset. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear your comments. Yes, Amber. There, red light. 2 cars over a red light. And dangerously so, because there was a flashing arrow. Oh no, sorry, I do apologize. The arrow only flashes when the light turns green. But there was a car standing waiting to turn. And he needs to turn. Once you have crossed that line, you are allowed to turn when the traffic light turns red to clear the crossing block. But unfortunately, because there are cars coming across who ignore the red light, he has to now wait and hope everyone stops here so that he can safely turn. Now, what happens if it is one of those people that one day he is a little bit of rushed and he sees, okay, the red light is now turned red, and he starts turning. And these cars coming down here decide not to stop. It's an accident. Whose fault? Would it be the fault of the person turning or the fault of the people who decided not to stop? Or is it law enforcement? Is the problem law enforcement? Or is it our mindsets? Do we need to start changing our mindsets? And to, look there, on an amber light. Fortunately, there's no traffic coming down here. But maybe we also need to change our mindsets. But anyway, thank you. If you are still watching, thank you for watching this video. And do put your comments down in the comments section. And let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Are the laws wrong? What needs to change to make this better, or to make our traffic lights safer? Do you agree with me that law enforcement, or the lack of law enforcement, is the problem? This is the Riaan Show, and I bring you stories that affect every South African in one way or another. If you found any value in this video, please do like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.